just before the crash. At this point, the search is still underway for the pilot's location. The IAF has said that this aircraft was on a routine training sortie when the accident happened. Unfortunately, we're seeing too many such incidents happening of MiG-21 jets crashing. In this particular instance, it happened.
Indian Air Force, world's fourth largest air force. It's not that much easy to maintain the position. Every country is on a race to increase its position. But nowadays, India is not only losing its aircraft, but it also loses its well-trained pilots. Here in this video, we are going to discuss about MiG-21 Bison, also known as Widowmaker or flying coffins. Why this particular aircraft is called Widowmaker or flying coffins? MiG-21, one of the most trusted aircraft in the world. But what happens to this particular aircraft in Indian Air Force? Why it's continuously breaking down? In the late 1970s, Indian Air Force conduct MiG-21 in its squadrons as a multi-role or ground attack fighter aircraft. It was a third generation Soviet Union made aircraft, a king of 1970s. Everything was good going on until this happens. In the year 1991, the Soviet Union broke down. It's not that much issue, but the main issue is the different part of this particular aircraft comes from different places of Soviet Union. But when the Soviet Union broke down and the relation between these particular newly countries are not that much good, then the real problem occurs. That's why the MiG company was not able to provide Indian Air Force the parts of MiG-21. Lack of maintenance and upgradations affects on this aircraft's performance. Though there was a deal had been signed between MiG and HAL that India can produce the equipments, the parts of this aircraft indigenously, but lack of infrastructure, lack of investment, India is unable to produce this machines equipment like the radar system, weaponry system, the ejection seats, the engine. So for this reason, MiG-21 is not that much upgraded in today's competitions. But wait, it's not the end. MiG-21 has its upgraded versions, that is MiG-21 Bison, underdeveloped by HAL. HAL develops MiG-21 to MiG-21 Bison. It makes a third generation fighter to 3.5 generation fighter. When you look at the cockpit of an older version MiG-21, you can see all the buttons, all the meters are in analog version. But that was good, that was pretty much good and well aircraft at that time, but not for today. So it's a challenge for HAL to make the cockpit friendly for today's warfare. So what HAL does, HAL changes everything in this cockpit. Every buttons, some displays, some monitors are in a digital form. Some are in an analog, but that's not much effect on this performance. You may look at that MiG-21 has its new look from inside and outside also. It was a complete change by look. But what is happening inside is the engines are same, the radars are same, much updated but the same radars, the ejection seats are same. That you may say that safety purpose is totally ignored for this aircraft. MiG-21 Bison is a single-seater, single-engine, multi-role or ground attack aircraft that has 2.1 Mach speed, that is near around 2230 km per hour. But that's not the fact. The main fact is when it lands, it has the highest landing speed ever. It is near around 250 km per hour, highest among all the aircraft currently operating or made previous. If the parachute was unable to open, then the aircraft will surely skid away from runway. But what actually happens to Squadron Leader Abhinav Chaudhary that when the aircraft went out of control, he pressed the ejection seat, but due to the low maintenance of this ejection seat, it was not upgraded that much, and due to the injuries from this ejection, Squadron Leader Abhinav Chaudhary lost his life. This was the third accident in this year. Why after so many accidents, Indian Air Force can't replace these aircraft from its squadrons? So the answer is Indian Air Force currently operates 9 squadrons of MiG-21, and for every squadron there is mandatory to have at least 18 aircraft present on it. So 162 aircraft currently in service to the Air Force. So for replacing this aircraft, India needs Tejas Mark 1 or Mark 2 instead of this. So until Indian Air Force gets its Tejas, India have to work with this 21. Hope you guys are satisfied to my explanation. So thank you. Jai Hind.